Now from here, you'll notice the waterways reverse direction. And we are no longer following the Kicking Horse River, but we're following the Bow River, which now flows east. And actually our first of 2 stops in the day is coming up here on the eastern edge of the divide at Lake Louise. And Lake Louise is the lake renowned for its beautiful turquoise water in the peak of summer, and also the Chateau Lake Louise, which is a former Canadian Pacific Railway hotel from the 1880s that really helped to draw tourism here. And it is such a beautiful property, which some of our passengers are actually getting off of and are going to go experience later tonight. But the lake is only thawed from June until October. And the Lake Louise station has even been converted into a restaurant, which is now owned by the Rocky Mountaineer CEO himself, Tristan Armstrong, who I did get a chance to meet at the station prior to departing in Vancouver. And I'm telling you, this dude is like a modern-day James Bond. He is a handsome son of a gun.
Next stop, Banff.
We'll leave the Lake Louise station behind and continue following the Bow River east as we take the sweeping bend around Morant's Curve, which is easily the most famous train spotting location in the entire country. Even people that don't know trains come here to train spot. It's pretty awesome. Oh, and of course, you can't forget Castle Mountain. I mean, there are literally so many beautiful spots around here. And even with the snowy overcast, I am just having the time of my life. I mean, this route is just such a nostalgic experience. I mean, back to a time when the world was just a much, much simpler place. And whether it is the beauty of the rushing rivers, or all the gorgeous snow-capped mountains surrounding us, or right here, spotting an elk from the train.
Oh my God! Gorgeous! Oh, beautiful!
And yes, it would have been nice if Mother Nature was a bit more cooperative on this first train of the season, but like a lot of things in life, you take the good with the bad, the snow with the shine, the hand you're dealt. On my own personal trip of a lifetime, from Vancouver to Banff, on the Rocky Mountaineers, first passage to the west.
That's it. That's the end. I always get emotionally attached to the trains that I ride, and I always go through a little bit of post-separation anxiety getting off them. So having to get off and say goodbye is a little bit of a hard thing for me. Just love trains so much. On the first passage to the west, on the transcontinental route that literally built the country that I love.
How are you doing, Peter?
Oh man, what a ride. My journey on the first passage to the west was an absolute bucket list trip of mine for so long. Going through the Southern Rockies, Banff to Vancouver has been literally at the top of my bucket list, and to finally be able to do it, it's kind of sad to me because I look so forward to doing these train trips, and then when they're done, it's like, what do I do now? I guess I got to find a new route or a new trip to obsess over. And I'd probably say the Rocky Mountaineer route, the Rainforest to Gold Rush from Vancouver Whistler through to Caribous, and then Quesnel, Prince George into Jasper is probably the top of my bucket list right now. I would love to see that in the peak of the fall colors. My goodness, I would do some not so PG-13 things to get on that train. But anyway, the scenery was spectacular. Going through Hell's Gates, the Fraser Canyon, just looking at some of the terrain and how difficult it must have been to conquer for, I mean, first off, the original mappers who, while we're taking a luxury train in at, 40, 50 kilometers an hour, they had to walk the entire route to go and map it, and to think of how treacherous that was with no prior knowledge and no prior guides. And then here I am in a luxurious train car sipping a hot coffee and a sparkling water with lime. Very privileged to be doing so. And then, of course, there's the Canadian Rockies. Sir John A. Macdonald, one of Canada's biggest patriots, said, you have to go as straight as possible across the country. We don't want the U.S. to invade and take part of Canada, so if we build a railway as straight across the border as we possibly can, that will deter them, and it literally did. Without that, Canada doesn't exist. My parents don't meet. I'm not here standing out in the snow doing this video monologue for you. So thank you to the men that built it, because it's all because of that. And I know people are going to ask, when should you go? What's the best time? When's the best value? Well, realistically speaking, if you want to go in April, like you're seeing right now, you're going to get a smoking deal. You're going to get 25% off the primetime season of July and August, but you're rolling the dice. You might get weather like this. You might luck out. You might get perfectly clear blue skies and no snow at all. Who knows? But if you go in July and August, you'll get less of that. If you want to see the lakes thawed, go in June. June-ish is when all the lakes start thawing. If you love the fall colors, go very end of September. First week and a half of October, I think, is the best time of year. It all depends on what you value. But if you're coming to Canada and you're going to experience the Rocky Mountaineer, personally, I think the best way to do it is to go to Canada Rail Vacations. There's a link in the video description to enhance your train journey. Don't just go Vancouver to Banff or vice versa. Experience the best of Banff. Get the best of Yoho National Park, of Jasper National Park, the Icefields Parkway, and make the most of your time. If you're coming for the trip of a lifetime, you only have one chance to do it right. And I don't know anybody else who's more qualified to take you on that journey than them. And I guess ultimately you came for the trains. And if you're still watching, you stayed for the Travis. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video.
Including next week on the Rocky Mountaineer sister train, the Canyon Spirit, running from Denver's historic Union Station through the Rocky Mountains and into the breathtaking red rocks of Moab, Utah. All of it in first class, and to experience the best of the Mighty 5 national parks on this trip. So if you like luxury trains, steam trains, sleeper trains, railway hotels, or everything in between, hit the subscribe button because this is the channel for you. I want to say thank you so much to Level 8 for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you for watching. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video.